Wanna change your life? Come see me, yo. I'ma teach you how to build up wealth for your family, not just for yourself. I'm a bestseller, a house flipper, a businesswoman, a go-getter, a big investor, a gold builder that could teach you to get richer like millions, baby. You really about to fill your savings. You about to have multiple streams to pass your children, baby. Let me teach you to get your credit on track in the long run. You'll make it all back at Catalyst and watch it all psychology black-owned firm, but we ain't all black.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Constance Carter, and I want to talk to you today. Well, come on in. I want to give you a moment to come on in. I'm trying something a little different today, but I don't think it might be working. Now, normally when I go live, I'm live on about 8 different platforms. I'm live on YouTube, several YouTube, and several Facebook pages. And so today, I was trying to StreamYard had a little Instagram, but it doesn't. So I thought I was going to be able to go live on Instagram too, but it doesn't look like it. However, I want you to make yourself comfortable, Nubian Queen, to Constance Carter. I need you to do me a favor, please. I need you to shout out where you're from, because I know I have people that watch from all over the world. So I need you to go ahead and put in the comments box where you're watching from. And I'll make sure y'all can hear me. So put in the comments box where you're watching from, number 1. Number 2, I would like for you to, okay, I'm live on Instagram, but I'm not. I would like for you to make sure that you subscribe to the Fly Nubian Queen. Make sure you subscribe to at CC the CEO on YouTube. And also make sure that you are following me on all platforms. I want to talk to you about how to make $1 out of 15 cents, y'all. What's up, Zealot from Clarksville? I want to talk about how to make $1 out of 15 cents. Okay. So I want to talk about really practical ways where you can start investing and just kind of figuring out, where we've been as a people, what you can do, what are some practical ways where you can grow your money and not blow your money, which is extremely important. So let me do something real quick, because for some reason my Facebook page, all right, I tried on this platform StreamYard to make my personal page. I always have to unprivate and make it public. All right, bet. All right. So we cooking with grease. So I want you to follow me on all these different platforms. Also, I want to let you know that, what's up, DJ from Baltimore? Your green thumb for DC. What's happening? I'm in DC now. I'm from California. I'm Constance Carter. I'm from California. I moved to the DMV about a year and a half ago. And guess what, y'all? Can I let you in on a little secret? I absolutely love it. So I'm from the Bay, so we say hella, right? I hella love DC. I hella love the DMV. I hella love being out here. I'm trying to tell you, I love all this Black excellence. I love my neighborhood. I love my neighbors. I love the people. I love the opportunities. It is Wakanda for real. All right. Now that I got that out the way, what's up, DJ from Baltimore? Baltimore is right up the street. Now, I'm getting ready to do some investing up there too in Baltimore. So if you have any opportunities, let me know, because the investment is real. There's so many opportunities, y'all. It's so many opportunities. If y'all don't know, y'all better ask somebody. This is. I don't know. I think people know. I didn't know. DC is like one of the best kept secrets, I think. I really do, because I didn't realize until I moved here, and I'm kind of getting off on a tangent, but I didn't realize until I moved here. Actually live here, who are from here, they don't understand the gym as they're so used to it, right? There's so many opportunities. I go different functions, and I go to the function with the mayor. And it's like the mayor of DC, Mary Bowser, she's like, we have $1 billion set aside for Black owned businesses. They're very intentional. They don't have that kind of stuff in California. Then I go to the PG County, because I live in PG County. I go to the PG County meetings, and they're like, we have $8 billion, 40% set aside for Black owned businesses. They're very intentional about doing business with Black people. And the people who live here that I've met, you guys don't realize what an opportunity it is. I feel like an immigrant that came to America for the first time, that's seeing all the opportunities. And you wonder why immigrants come over and they're so successful. It's because they've never seen this type of opportunity before. And so I feel like that with DC. DC is just a great place to live. And so I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be able to take advantage of all the opportunities. I'm happy to be around the people that I'm around, from your CEOs, they Black. To your service workers, to your janitors, they're Black. And so everyone in between. And so it's just really good. DC being really one of the most, well, the most powerful in the world. And guess who runs it outside of Congress? Black people. So I just think that's so dope. And a lot of people don't know about it. Another fun fact. If you're from DC, you'll understand this. So I'm not from here, right? And so when we talk about Mayor Marion Barry, I'm gonna get to the talk about investing in a minute, but this is also important because you got to understand the mindset and how wealth was created. So I'm in Prince George's County, which is one of the wealthiest counties in the country for African Americans. But what I found out last month, I was at for Ansel Brooks, who's running for senator. She said Prince George's County is in the 3% top earning counties in the country for everybody. And so I'm fortunate enough to be here. But Marion Barry, if you guys know Marion Barry, if you're not from DC, from the area, when you talk about Mayor Marion Barry, what do they say about Mayor Marion Barry? Only thing I knew outside of being not from DC is, and this is across the board. Okay. People who are not from DC, what do you know about Mayor Marion Barry? If you heard of Mayor Marion Barry, if you could put in the comments box, what do you know about Mayor Marion Barry? They don't take advantage of the opportunities. Fun fact about Mayor Marion Barry. So I'll tell you, since y'all don't want to participate. Listen, let me do this real quick. This is dialogue and not a monologue. I'm not here just to entertain you. I go live. I like going live. I can record this shit and just stream it for you. I just like to be interactive. I like for you to talk back to me and talk Black to me. So I like for you to talk to me so I can talk back to you. But Mayor Marion Barry, outside of DC, everybody knows him as what? Getting with crack. Everybody outside of DC, that's what we hear. Marion Barry, crack, like he smoked crack. That's all we know. Inside of DC or in the surrounding areas in the DMV, Marion Barry is like the second coming of Jesus out here. And what you didn't hear in the media was that Mayor Barry, he had the reason why there's so much wealth here, especially in Prince George's County, is because of all the economic empowerment initiatives that he proposed and that he passed. Everybody talks about the summer youth program that they had in DC back in the 90s or the 80s. A lot of people were able to take advantage of it, but a lot of Black people became wealthy under Marion. And that's why they set him up, because they did set him up. If you've done your research, they did set him up. And the reason Malcolm X, when he did like this, that brother. So they had to talk here. Hey, everybody loves Mary. And so he created so many opportunities, and that's why there's so much Black wealth, and that's why, it's Wakanda now. There's more than just Prince George's County. There's Montgomery County. There's Charles County. That's also supposed to be the new Wakanda, where all the people have moved out there, got bigger houses. But there's as well, and there's the first Black credit union is out as well. So it's just a lot of opportunity. Anyway, I got on my my box for your green thumb, because I really do love DC. I really do think it's a great for and us being able to thrive. I think that Atlanta is great. I just had an affinity but DC is pretty cool. So I want to talk to you. So before I start, I don't know if you know that the Flying Queen is one of my good friends, Guy Watkins. This is one of his platforms that he developed for Black women, and I just happen to be one of the Black women opportunity to come on this platform. I love it, and I think it's a great. We have over 500 subscribers on the Flying Nubian Queen, and there's a lot of great content on here. So I want to make sure that you subscribe there and subscribe to @CC the CEO. Okay, so make sure you subscribe to CC the CEO. That's one. The other thing is, the Black Business School is having a free training. I don't even know. It's not showing. It's crazy. Can you see me? Oh, my sound is breaking up. Damn. Hopefully my internet's cool. Black Business School is having a free training called How to Make Money Without Working. To access this and other ways to put money in your account, just text the word Queens to 87498. And Warren Getty, I hope my sound is not breaking up. I don't know what the hell is going on around here with my Wi-Fi and this platform. But if you guys are interested, text the word Queen 87948. Damn, I don't know what's going on. I'm actually in a different room where I'm right next to the Wi-Fi, so I don't know what's going on with this platform right now. But I do want to tell you this. Maybe I'll just get off of this Instagram. Let me close some stuff because maybe I just got too much shit open. All right. So I want to talk about how I out of 15 cents. And I think one of the issues is, especially with us African Americans, is we are consumers. I don't know if you saw my TED Talk. It's called Google That Shit. And if I'm breaking up, please no. Thank you, Warren. Shit. I see. I'm sorry. See, Magella said mayor for life. Damn. Y'all, can y'all hear me? I hate this. I'm sorry. And please don't get off of here. I don't know what's going on, but I'm trying to make sure that my connection is solid, please, because I got some really important stuff to say to you today. Let me remove Instagram from here because maybe it's Instagram because I don't never have these problems. I'm just give me a second. Here. Thank you for sticking around. I thought it was going to be like 2 people here, but thank you. I appreciate you sticking around. So listen, hopefully I got some Wi-Fi. I went ahead and connected to my phone because I don't know what's going on with this damn StreamYard. Anyway, let's get it. So I want to talk about the power of the dollar. Can you hear? So your green thumb, you said you can hear me, but it's choppy. Can you hear me? Can you hear me just real quick before I start? Because I got really good information to give you. I lost a lot of viewers, but I got some really good information to give you right now. So I want to make sure that you guys can hear me okay. So chime in if you can hear me. Yes. Perfect. Thank you, Warren. All right, bet. So I want to talk about, difference in being a consumer versus an investor, and the reason why there's such a disparity within our community. And y'all, I love us so much that I've dedicated my life to making sure that we have the education, the knowledge, the financial literacy, the wealth building information that we need so that they can, thank you, your green thumb, so that you can make great investment decisions. If you follow me on any of my social media platforms, I share all the time just things that I'm just a regular chick from San Jose, California, the Silicon Valley. And I've made some really good investments and I made some really bad investments. In 2009, I filed bankruptcy. I had a 379 credit score, real shit. And I over leveraged myself. I had more month than money. And I was actually making over almost $250,000 a year when I filed bankruptcy, believe it or not, in real estate. And so but I had more expenses than I had coming in. I had more going out than I had coming in. And so I know that it doesn't matter how much money you make. At the end of the day, it matters how much you keep. And so whether you make 50,000, 30,000, or 300,000, what you do with that money is extremely important. And so we as African Americans, and that's my base, right? Y'all are my people, and you guys are the people that I really want to help, because in this country that have over the year, with all of the discrimination, racism, predatory lending. I did a video a few months ago and I talked about all the banks that have been sued recently last year, regarding predatory lending. They're still doing this shit to us. So my goal is to help us to bridge the gap so that we can get these opportunities, so we can get this money. And that's why I'm glad I'm in a place like DC, because there's just so many opportunities that I'm doing my R&D so I can share with y'all, because it's a lot of stuff out there that I'm going to be sharing with you guys over the next several months, especially like how to get into the government contracting game and all these other things. And I'll be doing some events. Actually, I'm doing an event called Let's Get Financially Lit in DC at Focus Social Club. That's May 16th. If you are in or around the area, make sure you go to my website. But ConstanceCarter.com, I'm doing a live event. It's a networking event, and I got some really heavy hitters. I got Jason White, who is the CEO of the Federal Code. He's going to be here talking about government contracting. I got Bershawn Shaw, who is a TV personality, and she's a health and wellness expert. I have the business bully, who's a business strategist. I have a financial strategist, and we're just going to be spitting that game, just giving you information that you can use. It's going to change your life. It's going to be transformational. I got Talk to Tosh, who is intuitive celebrity life strategist, who has actually helped me with some of my investments and the things that I've done. So if you're in or around DC, please make sure you come. But I dedicate my life to really helping us, because I believe in us. I know the reason why they are so focused on bringing us down is because they know how powerful we are. If you look at the housing, how 80% of wealth in this country is generated through real estate. 80%. And they have been very intentional about keeping us out of wealth building opportunities, especially with predatory lending and redlining and not giving us homes and opportunities. And then they put in the CCNRs and Black people can't live here, all of this stuff, right? But even with that, we are a resilient people, y'all. 44% of us are homeowners still, in spite of that, even though 70% of our white counterparts are. We've done this with those obstacles. We've done this with things thrown in our way. We've been able to overcome that. Okay. 44% of us are homeowners. That's dope. So if you are Black and you're a homeowner, pat yourself on the back. And if you're not a homeowner, you absolutely can become a homeowner. So that's great, right? And then if you didn't know, but during COVID, there was an article in CNBC. I don't know if I have it here, but CNBC showed how Black people were, was it this one? This article here? We were the fastest growing in COVID, in wealth building. We built more wealth than everybody in the year 2020 when COVID happened. Why? Because our net worth grew. Why? Because they couldn't continue to keep the information with us. Why? Because they fucked around and gave us the. That's why. So our wealth is growing despite of things that they put in our place, despite of whatever they've done to try to stop us from getting there. So that we are resilient people. I just want to be able to give more information, more access, that we can make better decisions, so that we can close that wealth, that we be on the bottom of the totem pole. If you look at these statistics, and I'm trying to close this, and this is not closing. This is crazy, y'all. I've never had this kind of issue with StreamYard before. But if you look at, hopefully you can hear me. I'm trying to take this off, but I'm gonna talk. But if you look at any of the statistics, we are always Y'all still here? Thank you. Thank you for still being here. I appreciate you. It's okay. Y'all back. Y'all back. So, and I appreciate you, Warren. Thank you. Thank you, Warren and Mr. Bernard. So I know it's better now. I went ahead and closed the browser, reopened it. It's crazy, but hopefully you guys can hear me loud and clear. But you got to think about us being such a resilient people. The reason why they try so hard to keep us out of this stuff is because they know that we're going to get it. So they didn't fuck around and gave us the internet. And sorry that I've dropped the F-bomb. Just know I love God and I curse. So they didn't mess around and gave us the internet. And so now we have access to so much more information. And, they say if you want to keep something from a Black person, put it in a book. Well, now they didn't give us the internet and we all over that mother. So you can go on TikTok and there's a lot of information. There's a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of gurus. There's a lot of scam artists and all that stuff. But just make sure that you try to decipher what's what. But it's really important that we are investors rather than consumers. And you got to think about, let me ask you a question. Do you want to be rich or do you want to be wealthy? And what's the difference between being wealthy and being rich? Because there's a huge difference. Being wealthy is having your money work for you. If you're rich, say you have a lot of money. If you have a lot of money, you still got to work for that money. Right. So I was hood rich when I was making over $250,000. I mean, you ain't rich making $250,000, but I was hood rich. Right. I was making all this money, but I still have more month than money. I had no money working for me. So you got to understand it's not just about getting money. It's about being able to keep money, and not only being able to keep money, but having that money work for you. So you have a lot of us are employees. Some of us are entrepreneurs. Right. Some of us are, and these are the 4 stages of wealth building. A lot of us start out as employees, and then we become entrepreneurs, and then we become business owners. And that's so when you're an employee and an entrepreneur, you have to work for your money. Right. There's a limit to how much you can make, but if you don't work, you don't eat. As an entrepreneur, there's no limit, but you don't work, you don't eat. As a business owner, now you have other people working for you. And now you eating off of other people's efforts. So I've been from an employee when I was in IT for Cisco Systems and HP. Then I was an entrepreneur. I was a solopreneur as a real estate agent. And then I started my own company, Catalyst Real Estate Professionals, which went on to become the largest African-American owned real estate firm in California. Yes, yes. And so then I had other people working for me and I was making money from them. Ultimately, though, you want to become an investor where that's where you have all of your money working for you. So you have either your systems, your processes, you have your money that's working for you when you're not even working. That's where you want to get to. And there is a way for you to get to. There's a way for you to get to it, right? So there's definitely pros of being rich, right? Because you get a lot of money, but you still got to work. The pro of being an investor, a wealthy person, is you have your money working for you. So it's not about how much money you make. It's about how much money you can keep, because at the end of the day, the Bible says that we should leave an inheritance, that a wise man leaves an inheritance for their children and their children's children. And it's really about leaving a legacy for our children and our children's children. How many people here want to leave a legacy? How many people here want to leave a legacy? Oh, DJ, Tosh told you Tosh is my girl. Yes, Tasha's gonna be at my event. Hopefully you're gonna be at my event in DC, but Tasha's gonna be at the event. Tasha said some things that has changed my life. If you guys don't follow Talk to Tosh, go to Talk to Tosh. Talk to Tosh 922. She's dope. So on Instagram, Talk to Tosh 922. Life changing. So anyway. You definitely want to get to a place where you're leaving a legacy for your children. So the things that I've set up, and let me just share some things that I've done for my children, right? So, let me show you. No, I'll tell you. I can tell you better than I can show you. So my kids have real estate property. My oldest two own real estate. I've invested in a marijuana dispensary. And so the dividends that I get from that, so I'm a part owner of a marijuana dispensary. I get dividends every 3 months. And the dividends I get from that, it goes into a trust for my children. So every 3 months, this money is accumulating for my children. I'm setting them up, because the Bible says a wise man leaves an inheritance for their, and that's ultimately what you want to do, right? My friend, Madam Prez, I don't know if you know her, Madam Prez, she's dope. She's my little sister. And she did a an Instagram the other day, and it did really well. But one of the things she was talking about was all the billionaires that are out there and how they became billionaires, and the way that they became these are all white men, these 4 white men. The way they became billionaires was because their parents were also wealthy and they left a legacy for their children. And I know a lot of people are like, because I had posted this, I had posted a video on my Facebook about me giving my 18-year-old son the keys to his investment property for the first time. And it was a beautiful moment, right? And it went viral. But a lot of people, and it was a lot of white folks on there. It was mostly them that was saying, "Oh, you should have your kids pull themselves up by his bootstraps. He doesn't seem grateful and all this stuff." And I'm like, "Yo, are you serious right now?" And as many as these folks that be doing for their kids, and as much nepotism that we see in corporate America, and you telling me that I shouldn't do for my children, I'm going to set my children up so that they have an advantage over everybody else. And ultimately, that's what we want to do, right? That's the goal, is leaving a legacy for our children and our children's children. So the three, so you really want to be an investor rather than consumer. E40, I don't know if y'all know about E40, but I'm from the Bay Area. And every time I ask young kids, what does E40 say? They be like, tell me when to go. No, E40 said, don't buy an $85,000 car before you buy a house. So he said, it's cool to floss. It's cool to look good, but make sure you have your ducks in a row. When I talk about investing and building wealth, I don't want you to deprive yourself. I want you to go on vacations. Maybe you might not be able to go on as many vacations. I want you to live a soft life, but at first you may have to work hard. My motto used to be, nobody works harder than Constance Carter. And so I put in a lot of work. And the way I got here was, being the first one in and the last one out. I don't want to work hard no more. And I don't have to work hard no more. So now my motto is, nobody works smarter than Constance Carter, because I'm always looking at what investments can I make. I have some property that I'm flipping in DC. I still have the cannabis. I've invested, Brashan Shaw, she has an app. A mental health app. I invested in that because I think that's going to do well. There's going to be a return on investment in that. So I'm always looking at opportunities of ways that I can invest in different things, not just for me, but I want to create a better life for my children. And so the thing about it is, though, when I was in real estate, and I was one of the top real estate brokers in between 2005 and 2008, when the bubble burst, right? I was one of the top brokers, and I was selling like 300 homes a year. And during that time, these homes that were $400,000, y'all, they was like $50,000, $100,000. And this was during the time I filed bankruptcy. And I was seeing all of us were the ones that were in foreclosure. And people, young people, Asian, Hispanic, white, everybody except for Black people that I was working with were coming in and buying these properties for pennies on the dollar. We weren't taking advantage of it. I wasn't even able to take advantage of it. And so what I decided at that point was, there's never going to be an opportunity like that again where I'm not going to be able to take advantage. And so I made sure that I didn't spend all my money that came in. The secret to breaking the broke code. I have a book called The Secret to Breaking the Broke Code. And one of the things is being ready to receive. One of my pillars is being ready to receive. And it's not just about being in the right place at the right time, but being the right person in the right place at the right time. So when I invested in my marijuana dispensary, right, I had already set that intention. I was like, yo, I want a seat at the table. I want to be able to invest in a dispensary. I want to be able to, have an opportunity where all these black folks have been incarcerated over the years, and all these white people are making millions and millions of dollars. Somebody's here. So I wanted to have that opportunity as well. And so when the opportunity came, it was a 6-figure investment. And I took that 6-figure investment and I invested in that marijuana dispensary. I was the right person in the right place at the right time. I was ready to receive it. And so that's the difference. So I didn't want to ever be in a position like I was when I was selling all these houses, and I couldn't even I didn't even have 2 nickels rubbed together. I had more month than money selling 300 properties a year. And now I'm in a position where I'm able to invest. And that's what I want for you. So there's ways, and we're going to talk about it in a minute, is ways to really make $1 out of 15 cents. So there's a couple ways, stock. If you want to invest in stock, what is stock? Stock is owning a piece of a company. So when you invest in stock, you are actually the owner of a company. You are actually the person who is like just like I own the marijuana dispensary, right? I'm a part owner of the marijuana dispensary. There are several, there may be five. I think there might be five owners. But I'm part of the owner, just like I own part of that marijuana dispensary, or I own this company. You when you invest in stock, you own a piece of that company. That's what stock is. You can also buy stock with very, very limited funds. You don't have to have a whole lot of money. So you don't have to have a stockbroker. You can go online to Robinhood and you can start investing pennies. So I invest in cryptocurrency, I invest in Bitcoin, I invest in other things. The things that you buy, the things, if you wearing Nike, if you wearing Jordans, invest in Nike. If you wearing if you have an iPhone, invest in Apple. If you have a PS4, invest in Sony. You start investing very small, and you don't have to have a whole lot of money. You can invest in fractional stock. So even if Nike is $300, and I don't know what it is today, but even if Nike is $300, you can still buy maybe a portion of it for $25. Just as long as you're investing in something. See, the wealth gap. The reason why the wealth gap is so wide between African Americans and white people is because when we do invest, which we're starting to invest in real estate, we're putting all our eggs in one basket. We're afraid to diversify our portfolio. But the way to build true wealth is you got to diversify. Don't have all your eggs in one basket. Because what in Ecclesiastes 11:2, it says, get 7, no 8 revenue streams in case a disaster strikes. And what happened in 2020? Yeah, COVID happened in 2020. A lot of people went broke. A lot of people, I had a few disasters. I had COVID. I had my business. I filed bankruptcy and I got a divorce. But had I not had those multiple investments, I'd be flat broke right now. So when you're investing, look at it's a long-term game. It's not something that you get right away. It's not something that, you look at it, put the money, because look, check this out. If you would have invested in NVIDIA 10 years ago, say you would have invested $1,000, you would have had $300,000 or $400,000 right now. Just $1,000 that you're not even looking at. Don't even think about it. Invest one time in something that may give you a good return on investment. And it's going to go up and it's going to go down. It will go up and go down. But if you put it there and you don't worry about it, don't have it be something that you need. Don't have it, it can't be the difference of you, having to move out of your house. Something very simple, and just put it away and keep it there. Now imagine if you invested, if you not only invested then, but you invested again and again and again, but just a one-time investment. Imagine if you had invested in Google, 15 years ago, where you're $1,000 in Google, you'd probably have about $1 million. So don't think about stock as something don't be like my kids. So I have 4 kids, and my oldest son, I bought them all the Dr. Boyce Watkins stock trading program. And I told all of my kids, you know what, I could show you better than I can tell you, but let me just share with you what I did with my children. But when my son was 12, I bought him the Dr. Boyce Watkins stock trading program.
I learned about investments, money. We learned about stocks and stuff.
I bought it for all my kids. I told all of them, whoever finishes,
What's getting ready to happen?
I'm about to get $1,000 to use to invest in stuff.
He took the $1,000. He made $8,000. Took him about 2 years. And then in 2020, he took my $7,000 stock portfolio and he made $40,000 in 3 months. So then he had a group where he was teaching stock. He was giving stock tips. It's called Stock Tips with Warren. And so we had like 200 people in the group that were paying him. So he was getting paid in stock and he was getting paid to teach.
Where when you're investing, you're basically buying a part of a company, and you can buy shares in that company. Mm-hmm. And so the more shares you buy, the more money you can get.
So my son was 12 years old when he invested. I gave him $1,000 after he took this class. He took that money. It took him two years. He took that money and he just researched. He did what I call Google that shit, GTS. He Googled that shit and he started investing in different things that yielded him an $8,000 return. 2 years. 2 years. It took him 2 years. And then when he was 16, he took my $7,000 portfolio and he made $40,000 in 3 months. All by the power of the internet. So some of the things that you could do by investing in stock is you could look at Yahoo Finance, you could look at Google Finance, you could look at Motley Fool, you could look at CNBC. They will tell you what are the promising stock that you can start investing in today. The answers are out there. The cheat code is there. You can start investing in stock today. And so I want you to start, number one, diversifying your portfolio. Okay. That's the first thing I want us to do as Black people is we got to start investing in other things. It's not gambling. I remember I was teaching some young brothers. I was at this thing called Fathers and Families, this organization called Fathers and Families in Stockton, California. And it's where they were a lot of ex-offenders, a lot of young people who just come out of jail. Right. And so I was teaching them stock. Right. I was showing them how they can invest, how easy, because it really is. We got more power in the palm of our hands than they had when they put the man on the moon. Literally, like we have more technology in the palm of our hand than they had when they placed the man on the moon. So I was telling these young brothers about, investing in stock and the things that they can do. And this young brother, he was about 18 years old. It's like a light bulb went off in his head. And he was like, you mean to tell me I can make more money in the stock game than I can in the dice game? And I was like, yeah, young brother, you can. And so it's really not hard at all. The issue is we just don't do it. Y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all, they didn't fucked around and gave us the internet. So we have access to all this information out there. It's there. It's there for our taking. It's really simple. The investments that I made, y'all, invested in stock, flipping property, I'm investing in software. I got all kinds of investments that I got going on. The information is out there. GTS, Google that shit. Or I have a private community where I'm teaching this stuff as well. And we'll talk about it later, but I just really want to impart on you to start looking at opportunities to start investing. The other thing is I want us to start practicing collective economics. How do we keep wealth in our community? Practice collective economics, you guys. No one is going to save us but us. Nobody is going to save you but you, Black people. So if you're waiting on the great white hope to come into our communities and save you, the Democrats is going to just try to pacify you and give you money and keep you on welfare. And the Republicans is just going to try to get richer and take your money from you. They're going to take opportunities from you. These people are not here for you. So the only way that we can really keep wealth and close that gap is if that we start doing business with ourselves. Think about Black Wall Street, guys. They had over 600 businesses, thriving businesses, and it took the dollar a year to circulate before it left the community. It took the dollar a year. Life was good. They had 21 churches, 21 restaurants, 30 grocery stores, 2 movie theaters, 6 airplanes, y'all. They had hospitals, banks, libraries, a bus system, law offices, post office in this 30 square mile town. And they got jealous. They burned it. But not only did they burn it down, but they bombed it. So you know the powers that be that had something to do with it. Y'all do know that in 1955, that J. Edgar Hoover said the biggest threat to America was Negro unity. There's a reason why they don't want you to know this stuff. There's a reason why they don't want you to practice collective economics, because they know how powerful we are. Because today in the Asian community, the dollar circulates 30 days before it leaves. Today in the Jewish community, the dollar circulates 20 days before it leaves. Today in the white community, the dollar circulates 17 days. Ours was circulating a year. Today it circulates 6 hours. We're not practicing collective economics. And I've heard people say, I don't do business with Black people because you've had some bad experiences. But what about if you become a business owner? Do you want people to paint you with that broad brush and not do business with you based upon somebody else and what somebody else has done? Yeah, I will support a Black business all day over everybody else. I'm going to give them an opportunity to fail before I give somebody else an opportunity to fail. And if they do, I'll let them know. And I've let people know. I've had some really good experiences and I've had bad experiences, just like with everybody else. Y'all don't write off Chinese restaurants when you go in there. They have horrible services and they're filthy. But the moment you go to a Black restaurant with bad service, y'all will write them off, and that's not fair because they don't want to do business with us. And then if we don't want to, because we've been brainwashed to think that we should that their food is better, they spit in their food, in our food, that they shit is sweeter. We've been conditioned to think that. And so we have to get that out of our mind, and we have to start practicing collective economics. We got to do business with one another. That's the way that we're going to change the dynamic of how we do business with one another. We got to start building our own businesses. There's things out there you can do with your intellectual property. That's the thing that you know very, very, very well. There's some things, there's some gifts that you have on the inside of you, y'all, that I know that you can really monetize. So another thing that I do is I have trainings. So all of the things that I've done, I invest in stock, I invest in real estate. I'm a real estate investor. I've had Airbnbs, invest in commercial properties. All of those things I do, they come natural to me. I've studied it. I've been successful at it. And I take that information and I teach it to other people. That's why I'm here right now. There's something that you do easy. It doesn't even have to be like rocket science. It could be something very simple. It could be something very simple. You could probably teach a class on how to beatbox and probably make $1 million if you're a good beatboxer. You know what I'm saying? Don't overthink it. My good friend, Lisa Nichols. I don't know if you guys know Lisa Nichols. She's a motivational speaker. She's one of the best motivational speakers in the world. And I was in one of her training classes one year, and she was teaching how to speak. And I was like, Lisa, you need to do this. She's like, do this? And I'm like, do this. She was teaching business. It was a business class. Like, you need to be teaching this. She was like, teaching this? I was like, yeah. And she was like, people will pay for that? Like, girl, you one of the dopest speakers in the world. Are you kidding me? I would absolutely pay for it. She didn't think that people would pay for this because it was something that came so easy to her. So there are things that you do that come easy to you. There are things that you do that come easy to you that you can monetize. I have a training inside the Grow Your Money Club. Oh, no. I'm going to be doing a training on how to create your own course and monetize. So I have a program called the Grow Your Money Club. It's a private community where I put trainings together. I have trainings in there, and I drop a new training every month. I just did a training on I did a training last month on how to write your book using ChatGPT. Right after that, one of the ladies who took the training, she took it on Tuesday. By Thursday, she was a published author. It's not a game. It's so much information out there, and so I'm giving this game. And so this next month. So this month I'm going to be teaching a class. Oh, let me tell you. So having my kids be investors, but this month I'm teaching a class inside the Grow Your Money Club about how to make your children investors. Because not only did my son invest in stock and make a bunch of money, but I've helped them become investors as college students. So my daughter, I don't want to hear. Let me. By the time my daughter was 22, she had her second real estate property. When my son was 18, I gave him the keys to his first investment property. And believe it or not, it wasn't that hard to do, nor was it that expensive. You just got to know what you're doing. So I'm going to be doing a training from campus to cash flow. And I not only want you parents, but I want your college-age, college-bound child to attend this training so that they can become investors. I'm going to show them how to get into the property with minimal down payment, how to leverage their loans, how to analyze the deal, how to offset their expenses, and rinse and repeat. So by the time they go out into the world, they will be full-blown real estate investors, thereby creating true generational wealth. So sign up from campus to cash flows. Y'all see that? So on this Thursday coming up in 2 days, I'm going to be teaching a training from campus to cash flow. So if you're a member of the Grow Your Money Club, you get in there for free. If you're not a member, you pay a one-time fee, and you could take the training for if as a one-time person. I think you should join the community so that you can become a part of the community, so that you can get access to all of my resources: how to build businesses, how to invest in real estate for rookies, how to just different ways to grow your money, how to start investing in different ways. So that's part of the Grow Your Money Club. But I'm so passionate. I only teach the stuff that I know. I only teach the stuff that I've done. I'm not telling you nothing that I have not done. So my daughter, like I said, by the time she was out of college, she had 2 investment properties. We had turned one into an Airbnb, but Airbnb is a little slow last year. So we put some tenants up in there. Now she got tenants. Now she cash flowing on that. My son got a property. It was an Airbnb as well. Airbnb was a little slow. He has tenants up in there. He's cash flowing as well. So these are opportunities that I created for my children, and that a lot of people don't know about these programs out here that can actually help you do that. And so I'm going to help people. I'm going to help people like you, because the whole point is us creating a legacy for our children and our children's children. Warren Getty said, my goal is to sell 10 million t-shirts by the end of 2025. Solomon Navy. And you know what? I'm so glad that you said that, Warren, because if you have a business, put your business in the comments, because I really want you guys to be able to leverage from each other. I want you guys to be able to network with one another, because you might have your next customer right here in the comments. You might have your next joint venture partner right here in the comments. And I want to be able to shout you out, because again, it's about collective economics. It's not just about you listening to me. It's about us sharing the information. So how do I make $1 out of 15 cents? You can do it from baby steps, y'all. There's a saying, how to eat an elephant. How do you eat an elephant? Piece by piece. Don't get so consumed and overwhelmed with the big picture, the big idea. You know, you see all these gurus and they're like, oh, I just made $1 million a day. I've just made $250,000 a day. Make your $200. Make your $50. Let's start there and let's build. Let's start with one real estate property. Maybe we'll get down payment assistance and get in that property and stay with it for a year or two. And then we take the leverage as equity as leverage, and we buy our next property and we do that, and we rinse and repeat. Maybe that's your strategy. Maybe it's not an overnight success, but start somewhere small so that you can create something. You can get the momentum going, and then you can start. Now, when I started investing, I only did one thing. I became an expert at one thing first. And then as I grew and I learned, I started to teach. I started to invest. I started to learn, invest, teach, learn, invest, teach. I did it over and over again. So again, I'm not teaching you anything that I don't know or that I haven't done. And you could do the same thing. So another way you could generate revenue, again, create a course. So inside the Grow Your Money, so you go to growyourmoney.club, and you can learn about all of the trainings that I have. But in order for you to do it, you have to invest in the biggest commodity. Do you know who the biggest commodity is? Do you know what your biggest investment is? You. You are your biggest commodity. And if you aren't willing to invest in yourself, then don't expect any type of return. Y'all, I've invested over $150,000. I got a PhD, a public high school diploma. So I don't have, and that's another thing about being in DC. Everybody out here got degrees. Everybody out here Greek. I'm neither. I'm just your round way chick that have made some really good choices and good decisions. And I did a TED Talk, and I talked because, again, my passion is closing the wealth gap. So I did a TED Talk. If you haven't seen my TED Talk,
I'm a Black woman with a PhD, a public high school diploma. Give it up.
So I did a TED Talk, and so I talked about 4 strategies in closing the wealth gap. Y'all, this is a passion of mine. I've been trying to close the gaps between Black people and everybody else since I was in high school, since I was the president of the BSU, trying to close the grade gap. I love us so much that I just want to be able to share these resources with us. So if you are interested in taking the class from campus to cash flows, go to, here, let me put it in the comments because it's going to be in 2 days, campus to cashflow.eventbrite.com. Go there, sign up for the training. This is going to be the best investment that you can make in yourself and for your kids. And if you do decide to take this training, make sure that not only you are on this call, make sure that your child is on this call too, because I want to help your children. And if your children aren't able to be on the call, make sure that you share this information with them, because the goal is to make them full-fledged investors by the time they finish college. My kids are full-fledged investors. And that's not to brag, but I'm the model. And I've made some really horrible mistakes. I made some bad mistakes. I filed bankruptcy. I had a 379 credit score. I short sold houses. I foreclosed houses. Car got repossessed. I was homeless at one time. So your girl didn't come from money. I made some bad choices and I made some good choices. But the difference between me and you is I didn't have anybody to coach me during that time. You got me. And I wish I had somebody like me. But now I believe that God has allowed me to go through those things. So that could be my hardships could be the blueprint for you, so that I can help you, so that you don't have to make those same mistakes. But you do have to invest, just like I invested. You ain't got to invest $150,000 like I invested in myself, but I'm trying to make things as accessible as possible to my people because I don't want anything more but to see us win. So get on From Campus to Cash Flows. That's on Thursday. I'll be teaching that class from 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern live. And we'll be able to do Q&As. And I'm going to show you some strategies on how to make your kids investors. Again, y'all, this is about legacy. One of the things that I really believe in also, and I know we got a lot of brothers on here, is closing the wealth gap. There's an African proverb that says, when you teach a man, you teach an individual, but when you teach a woman, you teach a nation. And so I really believe that Black women, and listen, again, it's no disrespect to you brothers, because there's a lot of Black men out there that are helping a lot of people. But specifically, my goal is to reach Black women because those are the people I can relate to. They're my sisters. And I do believe that Black women, you give us a house, we're going to make a home. You give us some food, we're going to make a meal. You give us anything and we're going to multiply it. And so I have what's called the Net 7 Collective, where I'm helping Black women from all over the country. I'm helping them to be able to change their lives and change their families' lives and create legacies. And so it's such a great program. As a result, the women have made money. They're on their way to making 7 figures. They have invested in real estate. They bought land. They bought property. They're buying hotels. They're speaking. They've created courses. They've added investment arms to their portfolio. Like, they are really in action. The biggest thing is the community inside which we have that's allowing them to pour into each other. But the biggest thing is what they're doing out in the community and how they're changing the lives in their community. And so I just want to share really quick.
I've learned how to purchase land. I've learned how to do overages in real estate. And I even learned some different things with credit, that I've gotten my credit cleaned up with my bankruptcy, that I'm almost in my home stretch, doing everything right now and applying it to take my life to the next level. So what it was like being in a group of all women was great, because it wasn't a competition and we all uplifted everyone and learned a lot from each other. And we're still learning a lot from each other. Being a part of this group in the next few years, I see myself as being an entrepreneur, owning my own hotel that I can take my kids and my grandkids to see. This is what it is like to be a woman, also a Black woman, having something established inside a community. Being in a cohort, my experience made me feel validated, informed, and like I can do anything.
Listen, that lady Montia, I actually went to high school with her. And that's the cool thing too, is that most people who are in this cohort, I don't even know them. They're people from all over the country. I have people from 25 years old to 80 years old, from your starting entrepreneur, business owner, people who work 9 to 5 to Harvard PhDs. Like, there's the gamut runs very, very deep. And so I know Montia, the lady that just spoke, I know her from high school. And so that, like, having people that don't know me is cool, but having people that know me, that have just kind of watched me on the front row, that says a lot, because it shows that I'm not just some internet person out there, that they've seen me. She's seen me with the sheets on my windows. They saw me when I was homeless. They saw all those things, and they saw the transformation and what I've been able to do for my family. And they believed enough in it to invest. And so that young lady, she actually lost her mom and lost her husband about a year ago within 10 days of each other. Suddenly. Well, mom had cancer. Husband just died of a heart attack. And she was left. She inherited 10 children. 10 children. And look at what she's doing now. She done cleaned up her credit. She's invested in a hotel. She's made $60,000 doing overages. And she was just in my second cohort, which we just finished in December. And she's doing all of that and making all those moves today. And so that's the type of impact that I love to see. And I just love to sit on the front row and just watch people's lives change as a result of them having the opportunity to work with me. So if you know a Black woman, have them go to my website, ConstanceCarter.com, and click on Net 7 Collective, and let's schedule a call. Let's book a call and see if this is going to be a good fit for you. If this is something that you're interested in, but let's book a call. Let's talk about it, and let's see if you'd be some, because we're in the middle of the third cohort. And the 4th cohort will be coming up in June. So if you are a Black woman or you know a Black woman that wants to change her life and her family's life, send them my way. Share this out to your people. I also want to remind you again, Dr. Boyce, I don't want you to forget, Dr. Boyce has the Black Business School, and there's a free training on how to make money without working. So if you want to access this and put money in your account, text the words Queens to 87948. I appreciate you guys. Before you go, I need you to do me a favor, please. I need you to subscribe to this channel. Okay, because this gives me visibility. I need you to subscribe to the Fly Nubian Queen, and I need you to subscribe to Constance Carter, please, at CC the CEO on YouTube. This helps me to be able to put this information out there, and I want as many people to get access to this as possible, because I'm giving you some nuggets that are transformational, and that's what my life has always been about. As a real estate agent, I was not a transactional real estate agent. I didn't believe in cold calling people and making contact and having 10 leads, and I didn't believe in none of that. I believed in, how do I help you, your grandmama, your auntie, your cousin, your uncle, to really build true generational wealth. I believe in transformation, not just transaction. And so that transcends everything else. And the only way that we can make sure that our people are getting the information is if that we share it. Closing the wealth gap requires us to be able to share this. So share, even if you don't share the page, which I hope you do. I hope you share this on your platforms. But even if you don't, share the information and knowledge that you received tonight to your people so that they can have something that again, I ain't no gatekeeper. I just want to impart on you the information that's going to change your life. So I appreciate you, the Green Thumb. I appreciate you guys listening. Which way are you going? To the left, to the right? God said, train them up in the way that she should go. Going, okay. Every black, and then Warren Getty also said every Black family in America needs the information. So if they do, please make sure you're sharing it. Go to campus2cashflows.eventbrite.com. So that is that event. Also, if you are in or around the DC area, and I don't have it, go to my Instagram page at I am Constance Carter right here. Go to my Instagram page right here at I am Constance Carter. I have an event coming up. Actually, I did an event last year in out here with Dr. George Fraser. I don't know if you know Dr. George Fraser, one of my mentors, one of the most brilliant minds in the country. Brought him to the DC area in my first year being here, and we had a really good turnout. This is going to be the second event that I'm having here that I'm actually procuring myself, along with Focus Social Club. We've partnered to put on this networking mixer. So if you're in around DC, it's called Get Financially Lit. Talk to Tosh. So just a little insider information. If you look at Talk to Tosh, you go to Talk to Tosh 922. She is an intuitive. So she's helped so many people. And I see her information personally because I actually do her social media. So I actually help her with her content. I put her videos. It's very easy for me. So when I'm at the gym, I'll do her, she'll go live, and she helps so many people intuitively. Like she's a prophet. And so she helps so many people, and I'm a believer. And so if you go to her page, you'll see all the people she helps. She's going to be in DC. Again, Jason White, the federal code, who does government contracting. Prashant Shaw, who has this great app. It's called You Are a Warrior. I invested in that. The Business Bully, who's also been on my platform. He just be bullying people in business, but he's a very, very smart businessman. And Brandy Bridget, who's a financial strategist who I invested my money with. She has hundreds of thousands of my dollars that she's helping me to generate compound interest on. And I've created my own infinite banking system with her. All these people are going to be at this event on May 16th. It's called Get Financially Lit right here in DC at Focus Social Club. So thank you. The Huntress, you are not too late, because I'm about to get off of here, and I'm about to go to Taco Tuesday. But you're not too late. Go ahead and rewind it. I'm about to get off of here. There's some gaps in here because I was having some technical difficulties. However, I want just bear with me. Just fast forward when you get to the little gaps when when the screen goes blank. But I just want to let you know I do appreciate you, and I do appreciate you guys communing with me tonight. So take care and God bless. And remember, don't blow your money, grow your money. Constance Carter, I love you for real in real life.